Hi, welcome to UPSC Prelims PYQ series. Let's start with 1980. Who is regarded as the greatest lawgiver of ancient India? A. Megasthenes. B. Panini. C. Manu. D. Kautilya. The correct answer is C. Manu. Manu is regarded as the largest lawgiver of ancient India. His code of law, known as the Manusmriti or Laws of Manu, is one of the most important ancient legal texts in Hinduism, laying down rules for social, religious, and legal conduct. At which place Gautam Buddha delivered his first sermon? A. Sarnath. B. Lumbini. C. Bodh Gaya. D. Vaishali. The correct answer is A. Sarnath. Gautam Buddha delivered his first sermon at Sarnath near Varanasi in present-day Uttar Pradesh, India. This event is known as the Dharma Chakra Parivartana Sutta or turning point of the wheel of Dharma and marks the beginning of his teaching of the Dharma. Who was the founder of the Servants of Indian Society? A. G.K. Gokhale. B. K.M. Roy. C. M.K. Gandhi. D. Balgangadhar Tilak. The correct answer is A. G.K. Gokhale. Gopalakrishna Gokhale founded the Servants of Indian Society in 1905. The organization aimed to promote social and human welfare, education, and upliftment of the underprivileged in India. Saka era commenced from A. 78 AD, B. 120 AD, C. 100,000 AD, D. 1953 AD. The correct answer is A. 78 AD. The Saka era, also known as the Shalivahana era, commenced in 78 AD. It is widely used in the Indian national calendar and is used in various Hindu calendars. Whose name is associated with Fatehpur Sikri? A. Akbar. B. Babur. C. Shah Jahan. D. Humayun. The correct answer is A. Akbar. Fatehpur Sikri was founded by Emperor Akbar in the 16th century and served as the capital of the Mughal Empire for a period. The city is known for its stunning architecture and was built to honor the Sufi saint Salim Chishti. Who introduced the civil services in India? A. Lord Dalhousie. B. Lord Curzon. C. Lord Wellesley. D. Lord Cornwallis. The correct answer is D. Lord Cornwallis. The Cornwallis is credited with introducing the modern civil service system in India during his tenure as Governor General of India in the late 18th century. He is often referred to as the father of Indian civil services. Cornwallis implemented reforms that aimed to create a professional, efficient, and incorruptible bureaucracy. Who was the famous Deccan Hindu king whose fleet crossed the Bay of Bengal with an army and conquered a number of states in Sumatra, Java, and Malaysia? A. Rajaraja I. B. Rajendra Chola. C. Pulakesi. D. Mahipala II. The correct answer is B. Rajendra Chola. Rajendra Chola I, the son of Rajaraja Chola, was a famous South Indian king of Chola dynasty. He led naval expeditions that crossed the Bay of Bengal, conquering parts of Southeast Asia, including Sumatra, Java, and Malay Peninsula. His campaign significantly expanded the Chola's empire's influence and demonstrated its naval powers. Which of the following was the most important characteristic of Kanishka rule? A. Expansion of Buddhism outside India. B. Re-emergence of Jainism. C. Fourth Buddhist Council at Srinagar. D. Gandhara School of Art. The correct answer is C. Fourth Buddhist Council at Srinagar. The Fourth Buddhist Council held at Srinagar in Kashmir during Kanishka's reign is a defining characteristic of his rule. This council had a profound impact on the development and spread of Mahayana Buddhism. The Fourth Buddhist Council was convened by Kanishka around 78 CE in Srinagar. The primary purpose of this council was to compile, edit, and organize Buddhist text, and to settle disputes about Buddhist doctrine. The council is known for solidifying the Mahayana school of Buddhism, which became a dominant form of Buddhism in Central Asia and East Asia. The council's decision helped spread Mahayana Buddhism widely beyond India, especially into Central Asia and China. Which of the following is not a tenet of Gandhian socialism? A. Social justice. B. Concern for the poor but not hatred for the rich. C. Equality of opportunities of all. D. Nationalism of all means of production and distribution. The correct answer is D. Nationalization of all means of production and distribution. Nationalization of all means of production and distribution is not a tenet of Gandhian socialism. Gandhian socialism emphasizes social justice, concern for the poor without hatred for the rich, and equality of opportunities for all. However, Gandhi did not advocate for the nationalization of all means of production. Instead, he supported the idea of a trusteeship, where the wealthy would use the resources for the welfare of society. Neolithic period of age is not characterized by A. Agriculture, B. Use of copper, C. Domestication of animals, D. Fishing. The correct answer is B. Use of copper. The Neolithic period is characterized by the development of agriculture, domestication of animals, and fishing. However, the use of copper is associated with the subsequent Chalcolithic period, which followed the Neolithic period. The Neolithic period is primarily marked by the use of stone tools, not metals like copper. Which one of the following was the cause of disintegration of the Mughal Empire? A. War of succession among sons of Aurangzeb. B. Attacks of Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali. C. Revolts of various communities like Jat, Sikhs, Rajputs, etc. D. All of the above mentioned factors contributed to the downfall of the Mughal Empire. The correct answer is D. All of the above mentioned factors contributed to the downfall of the Mughal Empire. The disintegration of the Mughal Empire was caused by the combination of factors including the war of succession among the Aurangzeb sons, which weakened the central authority, the attack of Nadir Shah in 1739 and Ahmad Shah Abdali in the mid-18th century, which devastated the empire's wealth and stability, revolts by various communities like the Jat, Sikhs, Rajputs, and Marathas, which further eroded the empire's control and led to the fragmentation of its territory. These factors together contributed significantly to the decline and eventual fall of the Mughal Empire. Which of the following Muslim rulers enforced price control system? A. Alauddin Khilji. B. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. C. Iltutmish. D. Balban. The correct answer is A. Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji, the Sultan of Delhi from the Khilji dynasty, is known for enforcing a strict price control system during his reign. He implemented measures to regulate the price of essential goods, including grains, cloth, and other commodities, in an effort to curb inflation and prevent exploitation by merchants. This was part of his broader economic and administrative reforms aimed at strengthening his rule and maintaining control over the empire. Which of the following was the main feature of the policy of dual government of British rulers in India? A. The English collected the revenues with the help of Indian officials and they become virtually the head of the civil and military administration. B. The general administrative body consisted of two categories of rulers. C. Main items of administration were in the hands of local kings and rest were in the hands of British rulers. D. Some portions of land were ruled by the local kings and rest by the British rulers. The correct answer is A. The English collected the revenues with the help of Indian officials and they become virtually the head of the civil and military administration. The policy of dual government in Bengal was introduced by Robert Clive in 1765. Under this system, the British East India Company had the right to collect revenue and administer military power, while the Indian rulers or Nawabs retained formal control over civil administration. However, the British held actual power using Indian officials to collect revenues while maintaining control over the military and the political affairs. This system effectively made the Britishers the de facto rulers, while the Indian authorities had a nominal power. The basic education advocated by Gandhiji in Warda Congress is related with A. Compulsory elementary education, B. social relevance of education to society. C. Demand of separate institutions for minorities. D. Compulsory military training for every student. The correct answer is B. Social relevance of education to society. The Gandhiji's concept of basic education, also known as Nai Talim, was introduced during the Warda Conference in 1937. It emphasized education that was socially relevant and connected to the needs of the community. Gandhiji advocated for an education system that focused on all-round development of individuals, integrating manual work, craft, health, and education to make learning more practical and meaningful for society. Which important event immediately preceded Jallianwala Bagh massacre? A. Rowlatt Act enactment. B. Communal Award. C. Coming of Simon Commission. D. Quit India Movement. The correct answer is A. Rowlatt Act enactment. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre, which occurred on the April 13, 1919, was immediately preceded by the enactment of the Rowlatt Act. This act allowed the British government in India to arrest and detail individuals suspected of sedition without trial. The widespread opposition to the Rowlatt Act had led to protest, one of which culminated the tragic events at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. The non-cooperation movement was suspended in 1922 because A. Violence broke out at Chora Chora. B. Gandhiji was arrested for 5 years. C. Government accepted the demands of Indian leaders. D. People were not supporting this movement. The correct answer is A. Violence broke out at Chora Chora. Chori Chora. The non-cooperation movement was suspended by Mahatma Gandhi in 1922 after the violent incident at Chauri Chora in Uttar Pradesh, where a mob of protesters set fire to a police station, resulting in the deaths of 22 policemen. Gandhi, who strongly believed in non-violence, called up the movement because he did not want the struggle for independence to be associated with violence. Sultanates of Delhi have taken which of the following in their buildings from the ancient architecture? A. Mehrab. B. Gumbaz. C. Arched openings. D. Decoration figures. The correct answer is C. Arched openings. The Delhi Sultanate, comprising various Islamic dynasties that ruled over Delhi and nearby regions between the 13th and 16th centuries, integrated arched openings to their architectural designs. Their buildings reflected a blend of Islamic and Indian architectural styles, drawing inspiration from ancient construction techniques and incorporating them into their designs. One key feature they adopted was the use of arched openings, which were prominently utilized in gateways, entrances, and windows. These arches not only enhanced the aesthetic appeal of the structures, but also provided structural stability and evenly distributed weight in addition to arch openings. The Sultanate's architecture often included domes, gumbas, minarets, intricate carvings, decorative elements, and geometric patterns, while features like mehrabs, prayer niches, and figurative decorations were also present. It was the use of arched openings that specifically drew from ancient architectural practices, making them a defining characteristic of the period's buildings. Who started Bhudan movement in India? A. Gandhiji. D. Jayaprakash Narayan. C. Vinoba Bhave. D. Jawaharlal Nehru. The correct answer is C. Vinoba Bhave. The Bhudan movement was started by Vinoba Bhave in 1951. It was a revolutionary land reform movement in which landowners were encouraged to donate a portion of land to landless people. The movement aimed to address land distribution issues and promote social equality in rural India. Name the god who lost his importance in the beginning of Christian era. A. Indra. B. Brahma. C. Vishnu. D. Mahesh. The correct answer is A. Indra. Indra, who was the most prominent deity during the early Vedic period, began to lose his importance around the beginning of the Christian era. In the Rig Veda, Indra is depicted as the king of gods and the god of thunder and rain. The slayer of demon, Vritra, he was highly revered as the warrior god and also played a central role in Vedic rituals. However, by the time of the later Vedic period and especially during the post-Vedic period, the focus of Hindu worship shifted towards other deities, particularly Vishnu and Shiva. As Hinduism evolved, Indra's role diminished and has relegated to a secondary position in the pantheon, more associated with mythology than worship. He continued to appear in stories but lost his prominence as a deity of worship. Who were Jagirdars during the reign of Akbar? A. Large estate owners. B. Officials of state who were given Jagir in place of cash pay. C. Revenue collectors. D. Autonomous rulers under Akbar. The correct answer is B. The officials of state were given Jagir in the place of cash pay. During the reign of Akbar, Jagirdars were officials or nobles who were assigned a Jagir, which was a parcel of land. Instead of receiving cash salary, they were granted the right to collect revenue from the land. The revenue collector was used to maintain troops and other administrative expenses. The Jagirdars were responsible for governing their Jagirs and ensuring that the required revenue was collected and passed on to the central administration. We can know about early Vedic period from A. Archaeological excavations, B. Contemporary cultures, C. Rigveda, D. Jatakada. The correct answer is C. Rigveda. The Rigveda is the primary source of information about the early Vedic period. It is one of the oldest texts in the world and provides insights into the social, religious, and cultural practices of early Vedic society. The hymns of the Rigveda reflect the beliefs, rituals, and way of life of the people during that time. Upanishads are A. Religious books of Hindus. B. Books dealing with ancient Hindu laws. C. Books on social behavior of men. D. Prayers to God. The correct answer is A. Religious books of Hindus. The Upanishads are a collection of ancient Hindu texts that form the philosophical basis of Hinduism. They explore the nature of reality, the concept of self, and the relationship between the self and the ultimate reality, Brahman. The Upanishads are considered part of Vedas and are regarded as sacred scriptures in Hinduism. According to Gandhiji, non-violence is a way of attaining truth, B. A way to win political freedom, C. The only way to realize God, D. An end in itself. The correct answer is a way to attain truth. According to Gandhiji, non-violence is a way to attain truth, B. A way to win political freedom, C. The only way to realize God, D. An end in itself. The correct answer is A. Way to attain truth. According to Mahatma Gandhi, non-violence is a fundamental principle for attaining Satya. He believed that the truth and non-violence are inseparable and that the pursuit of the truth must be conducted through non-violent means. For Gandhi, non-violence was not a part of political strategy but a way of life that leads to the ultimate truth. Which dynasty was well known for excellent village administration? A. Pandyas, B. Pallavas, C. Cholas, and D. Chalukyas. The correct answer is Cholas. The Chola dynasty was well known for its excellent village administration. The Cholas developed a highly organized and efficient system of local self-government, particularly in the villages. They implemented a system where village assemblies known as sabas or yuar played a crucial role in managing local affairs, including the collection of taxes, maintenance of temples, management of water resources. This decentralized administration allowed for effective governance and development at the grassroots levels. The Ajanta caves were built during the period of A. The Guptas, B. Kushanas, C. Mauryas, D. Chalukyas. The correct answer is A. Guptas. The Ajanta caves were primarily built during the Gupta period, specifically between the 2nd century BCE and the 6th century CE. The caves are renowned for their exquisite rock cut architecture and detailed paintings, which reflect the artistic achievements of the Gupta period. The later caves were also influenced by the Vakataka dynasty, which was contemporaneous with the Gupta Empire. The Indus Valley people had contacts with A. Egyptians, B. Sumerians, C. Chinese, D. Mesopotamians. The correct answer is D. Mesopotamians. The Indus Valley civilization, also known as the Harappan civilization, had established long distance trade contact with the various ancient civilizations, most notably the Mesopotamians. Mesopotamia, located in the modern day Iraq, was a prominent center of civilization around the same time as the Indus Valley. Several archaeological findings, such as seals, pottery, and other artifacts, indicate that there was an active trade relationship between the Indus Valley and Mesopotamia. Mesopotamian text, including those from Sumer, mention a region called Meluha, which is believed to refer to the Indus Valley. They traded items like copper, ivory, beads, and cotton textiles. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Egyptians. While there is evidence of trade between the Mesopotamia and even Egypt, direct contacts between the Indus Valley and Egypt are not well established. B. Sumerians. While the Sumerians were part of the Mesopotamian civilization, the broader answer is Mesopotamians, which includes Sumerians. C. Chinese. There is no substantial evidence to suggest direct contacts between the Indus Valley civilization and ancient China during this period. Thus, Indus Valley people had contact with the Mesopotamians during, making the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Lothal is connected as excavation site of a civilization of A. Indus Valley civilization, B. Sumerians, C. Mesopotamians, D. Vedic Aryan. The correct answer is Indus Valley civilization. Lothal is an important archaeological site connected to the Indus Valley civilization, located in present-day Gujarat, India. Lothal was a significant port city and is known for its well-planned dockyard, which suggests that people of Indus Valley civilization engaged in maritime trade. The site provides valuable insights into advanced during urban planning and engineering skills of the Indus Valley people. The diarchy was introduced by the government of Act. The diarchy, as introduced by the Government of India Act 1919, postulated which of the following? A. The system of dual government in Bengal. B. Backward classes were entitled to vote. C. A fewer subjects were transferred to the provincial ministries and rest retained by the executive council. D. Hindus and Muslims could vote separately. The correct answer is C. A few subjects were transferred to the provincial ministries and rest retained by the executive council. The Government of India Act 1919 introduced the system of diarchy in the provinces. Under this system, certain subjects such as agriculture, health, education were transferred to the control of provincial ministries composed of elected Indian representatives. However, other subjects such as law and order, finance and irrigation were retained by the Executive Council, which was controlled by the British appointed officials. Hierarchy was a system of dual governance intended to introduce a degree of self-governance at the provincial level while maintaining British control over critical areas. The correct answer is C. A few subjects were transferred to the provincial ministries and the rest retained by the Executive Council. The Government of India Act 1919 introduced the system of diarchy in the provinces. Under the system, certain subjects such as agriculture, health, and education were transferred to the control of a provincial ministries composed of elected Indian representatives. However, other key subjects such as law and order, finance, and education were retained by Executive Council, which was controlled by the British appointed officials. Diarchy was a system of dual governance intended to introduce a degree of self-governance at the provincial level while maintaining British control over the critical areas. Which of the following is not related to Gandhara School of Art? A. Ellora, B. Ajanta, C. Khajuraho, D. Elephanta. The Gandhara School of Art is notable for the first sculptural representations of the Buddha in human form, showcasing a blend of Greco-Roman and Indian artistic influences. It primarily flourished under the Mahayana Buddhism during the Kushan period. The following analysis explains the options. 1. Ellora Caves. Though built during the later period, some Buddhist monuments at Ellora show stylistic influences of Gandhara art. 2. Ajanta Caves. Known for their Buddhist paintings and sculptures, they also exhibit thematic connection to the Gandhara tradition, especially in the portrayal of Buddha. 3. Elephanta Caves. Primarily Hindu in theme, these caves reflect Indian rock cut art traditions with subtle stylistic overlaps with Gandhar in some sculptures. 4. Khajuraho temples. Dedicated to Hindu and Jain deities, Khajuraho temples are renowned for their intricate carvings and erotic sculptures. They bear no connection to the Buddhist or Greco-Roman influences of Gandhara art. Correct answer C. Khajuraho. Reason: while the Ellora, Ajanta, and Elephanta caves display some influence of the Gandhara school of art, the Khajuraho temples do not relate to this tradition, as they focus on Hindu and Jain architectural and artistic styles. Which of the following is the most important cause for the decline of Buddhism after Ashoka? A. Non-patronage by the kings. B. Condemnation of animal sacrifices. C. Growth of licentious practices in Buddhistic centers. D. Allegiance to the middle path. The correct answer A. Non-patronage by the kings. After the reign of Ashoka, who was a strong patron of Buddhism and played a crucial role in its spread, the subsequent rulers, particularly in India, gradually shifted their patronage away from Buddhism towards Hinduism. This lack of royal support led to the decline in Buddhist institutions, which had previously flourished under Ashoka's reign. What was not the most important feature of the land revenue system of Akbar? A. Collection of land revenue in kind or cash. B. Collection of land revenue based on accurate measurement of land. C. Collection of land revenue directly at the central treasury. D. Fixation of rates. The correct answer is C. Collection of land revenue directly at the central treasury. Under Akbar's land revenue system, known as the Zabt system, the land revenue was typically collected by local officials and not directly at the central treasury. The system involved the accurate measurement of land, fixation of rates based on the type and the quality of land, and collection of revenue either in kind or cash. The collection directly at the central treasury was not a feature of Akbar's system. Instead, the revenue was collected locally and then managed by the provincial administration before being sent to the central government. What is true of Indian National Congress during World War II? A. It demanded for its cooperation with British that a provincial national government may be set up at the center. B. It extended full support to the Indian National Army to oust the British from India. C. It decided to extend full support to the Allied nations. D. It worked for the defeat of the Allied nations. The correct answer is A. It demanded for its cooperation with the British that a provincial national government may be set up at the center. During World War II, the Indian National Congress offered to support the British war effort on the condition that a provincial national government be established in India. This was a step towards the full self-governance. However, the British government refused to meet these demands, leading to strained relations and the launch of the Quit India movement in 1942, which demanded an end to rule British in India. The Congress did not extend full support to the British or the Indian National Army, and it did not work against the Allied nations. In which case, a joint session of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is convened by the President. A. When a finance bill is to be passed by the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha with two-thirds of majority. B. To impeach the President. C. If after a bill has been passed by the one house and transmitted to the other house and the bill is rejected by the other house. D. All of the above. The correct answer is C. If after the bill has passed by one house and transmitted to the other house and the bill is rejected by the other house. The joint session of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is convened by the President of India in situations where there is a deadlock between the two houses of Parliament over a bill. This can happen if a bill is passed by one house and rejected by the other, if the house disagree on the amendments, or if a bill is not passed by the second house within a certain period of time. The joint session is meant to resolve such deadlocks. This procedure does not apply to money bills or bills for impeachment of the President. 44th Amendment of the Constitution speaks of A. Right to property as no longer a fundamental right. B. Suspension of individual liberty during emergency. C. Barring the courts from interfering in the disputes regarding the election of Prime Minister. D. Giving more importance to directive principles over fundamental rights. The correct answer is A. The right to property is as no longer a fundamental right. The 44th Amendment of the Indian Constitution enacted in 1978 removed the right to property from the list of fundamental rights and made it a legal right under Article 300A. Finance Commission is appointed after every A. 2 years, B. 5 years, C. 7 years, D. 10 years. The correct answer is B. 5 years. The Finance Commission of India is appointed by every 5 years as per Article 280 of the Indian Constitution. Rolling plan can be best defined in the context of India as A. Formulation of annual plans, B. Perspective of a 5-year plan with the provision of extending by 1 year at a time so that there would be a constant planning horizon of 5 years. C. Aims and achievements reviewed every year in a 5-year plan. D. Plan for a full 5 years. The correct answer is B. 5 years of the Finance Commission appointment. The Finance Commission of India is a constitutional body that is appointed by the President of India every 5 years. It is responsible for making recommendations on the distribution of financial resources between the central government and the state. For the second part of your question, B. Perspective of the 5-year plan with the provision of extending by 1 year at a time. B. Perspective of 5-year plan with the provision of extending by 1 year at a time so that there would be a constant planning horizon of 5 years. Best defines a rolling plan in the context of India. A rolling plan refers to a plan where each year the plan is extended by another year, maintaining a constant 5-year planning horizon. This allows for flexibility and the ability to adjust targets and observe objectives based on the current performances. A candidate to become a member of Lok Sabha should not be less than A 21 years, B 25 years, C 30 years, D 35 years. The correct answer is B 25 years. To become a member of Lok Sabha, the lower house of India's parliament, a candidate must be at least 25 years old. This age requirement is stipulated in the Constitution of India. The word secular denotes A. Keeping away from all religions, B. Belief in one God, C. Freedom of religion and worship to all citizens, D. Practicing different religions. The correct answer is C. Freedom of religion and worship to all citizens. In the context of Indian Constitution, the word secular denotes that the state does not favor any particular religion and grants freedom of religion and worship to all citizens. It ensures that individuals have the right to practice, profess, and propagate the religion of their choice. What is the maximum period during which Parliament may not meet? A. 6 months, B. 1 year, C. 2 years, D. 3 years. The correct answer is A. 6 months. According to the Indian Constitution, the maximum period between the two sessions of the Parliament cannot exceed 6 months, which means the Parliament must meet at least twice a year, ensuring there is no gap of more than 6 months between two sessions. Parliament consists of A. Prime Minister and other ministers, B. President, Prime Minister and other ministers, C. President, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, D. President, Chief Justice and Lok Sabha. The correct answer is C. President, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. The Parliament of India consists of the President of India and the two houses, the Rajya Sabha, Council of States, and the Lok Sabha, the House of the People. The President is an integral part of the Parliament and plays a key role of its functioning, including giving assent to bills passed by the both houses. Rajya Sabha can delay the money bill passed by the Lok Sabha for a period not exceeding A. 9 days, B. 14 days, C. 15 days, D. 30 days. The correct answer is B. 14 days. The Rajya Sabha can delay a money bill passed by the Lok Sabha for a maximum period of 14 days. If the Rajya Sabha does not return the bill to the Lok Sabha within 40 days, it is deemed to have passed by both houses in the form originally passed by the Lok Sabha. Antyodaya scheme is meant A. to help Muslims, B. to help the Harijanas, C. to help the minorities, D. to help the economically weakest sections of the society. The correct answer is D. to help the economically weakest sections of the society. The Antyodaya scheme is aimed at uplifting the poorest and most vulnerable sections of society. It focuses on providing support and resources to the economically weakest individuals and families, ensuring that they have access to basic necessities and opportunities for a better quality of life. The term Antyodaya literally means uplifting the last person in Sanskrit. Which country is known as the land of morning calm? A. Japan, B. Korea, C. Taiwan, D. Netherlands. The correct answer is B. Korea. Korea is traditionally known as the land of morning calm. This poetic title refers to serene and picturesque landscape of Korea, particularly during the early morning hours. Country known as the sugar bowl of world is A. Cuba, B. India, C. Burma, D. Norway. Correct answer is A. Cuba. Cuba is known as the sugar bowl of the world due to its historical significance as a major producer and export of sugar. The country's economy was heavily reliant on sugar production, especially during 19th and 20th centuries. Bustard king is found in A. Assam, B. Himalayan range, C. Rajasthan, D. Madhya Pradesh. The correct answer is C. Rajasthan. The bustard king refers to the Great Indian bustard, which is primarily found in Rajasthan. It is one of the heaviest flying birds and is critically endangered. The Thar Desert in Rajasthan is one of the main habitats of this bird. Tyagaraja of 18th century was the greatest musician who composed his songs in Telugu. B. The greatest Kathak dancer. C. The greatest playwright of Tamil. D. The greatest Sanskrit poet. The correct answer is A. The greatest musician who composed his songs in Telugu. Tyagaraja, also known as Saint Tyagaraja, was a renowned Carnatic music composer and a musician of the 18th century. He composed many devotional songs known as Kritis in Telugu, and he considered one of the greatest composers of Carnatic music. His contributions have had a profound impact on Indian classical music. How many judges are there in the International Court of Justice? A. 10, B. 12, C. 15, D. 20. The correct answer is C. 15. The International Court of Justice consists of 15 judges. These judges were elected to 9-year terms by the United Nations General Assembly and the Security Council. The term fourth estate refers to A very backward state, B. Judiciary, C. Parliament, D. Press. The correct answer is D. Press. The term fourth estate refers to the press or media. It is considered as essential pillar of democracy alongside the executive, legislature and judiciary, playing a crucial role in holding those in power accountable and informing the public. Qantas Airways belongs to A. Australia, B. West Germany, C. East Germany, D. New Zealand. The correct answer is A. Australia. Qantas Airways is the flag carrier of Australia and one of the largest and oldest airlines in the world. The name Qantas is an acronym for Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial Services. Who was the second president of the Indian Republic? A. Dr. Zakir Hussain, B. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, C. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, D. V.V. Giri. The correct answer is B. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was the second president of India, serving from 1962 to 1967. He succeeded Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was the first president of India. Dr. Radhakrishnan was a distinguished scholar, philosopher, and statesman, and his birthday is celebrated in India as Teachers' Day. Who designed the city of Chandigarh? A. Le Corbusier, B. Jacob Epstein, C. Rodin Auguste, D. Ferdinand M.B. de Lesseps. The correct answer is A. Le Corbusier. The city of Chandigarh was designed by the Swiss French architect Le Corbusier. He was commissioned to design the city in the 1950s, and it is known for its modernist architecture and urban planning. Chandigarh is one of the best planned cities in India and serves as the capital of both Punjab and Haryana. The Muslims march 7 times around the Kaaba as part of their Hajj pilgrimage in the city of A. Riyadh, B. Mecca, C. Rabat, D. Jeddah. The correct answer is B. Mecca. The Kaaba is located in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. During the Hajj pilgrimage, Muslims perform tawaf, which involves marching or walking 7 times around the Kaaba in the counterclockwise direction as an essential part of their pilgrimage rituals. Another name of vitamin C is A. Folic acid, B. Ascorbic acid, C. Niacin, D. Acetic acid. The correct answer is B. Ascorbic acid. The vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid, is an essential nutrient that plays a vital role in the body's immune function, skin health, and absorption of the iron from plant-based foods. In microphone, the transformation of energy takes place from A. Sound into electrical energy, B. Electrical into sound energy, C. Sound into mechanical energy, D. Mechanical into sound energy. The correct answer is A. Sound into electrical energy. In a microphone, sound energy is converted into electrical energy. The microphone captures sound waves, vibrations in the air, and converts them into electrical signals that can then be amplified, recorded, or transmitted. Fuel used in a nuclear reactor is A. Uranium, B. Heavy water, C. Barium, D. Cadmium. The correct answer is A. Uranium. Uranium, particularly uranium-235, is the primary fuel used in nuclear reactors. It undergoes nuclear fission to reduce energy. Heavy water is often used as a moderator, like option B, in some types of reactors, but it is not the fuel. The heater element in an electric iron is made of A. Nichrome, B. Tungsten, C. Copper, D. Iron. The correct answer is A. Nichrome. Nichrome, an alloy of nickel and chromium, is used as the heating element in the electric irons because of its high resistance and ability to withstand high temperature without oxidizing. Dry ice is A. Solid carbon dioxide, B. Ice dust, C. Liquefied nitrogen, D. Liquefied hydrogen. The correct answer is A. Solid carbon dioxide. Dry ice is the solid form of the carbon dioxide. It is called dry because it sublimates directly from a solid to gas without passing through a liquid phase, making it useful for refrigeration and creating fog effects. The deficiency of vitamin D causes A. Rickets, B. Night blindness, C. Pellagra, D. Scurvy. The correct answer is A. Rickets. Vitamin D deficiency can lead to rickets, a condition that affects bone development in children, causing the bone to become soft and weak. In adults, a similar deficiency can lead to osteomalacia. Night blindness is caused by the deficiency of vitamin A, pellagra by a deficiency of niacin, and scurvy by deficiency of vitamin C. Isotopes of the same element differ in the number of A. Protons, B. Neutrons, C. Electrons, D. Positrons. The correct answer is B. Neutrons. Isotopes. Isotopes is the same element have the same number of protons and the same number of electrons, but differ in the number of neutrons in their nuclei. The difference in the number of neutrons causes isotopes to have different atomic masses while maintaining the same chemical properties. For example, carbon-12 and carbon-14 are isotopes of carbon. Both have 6 protons, but carbon-12 has 6 neutrons, and while carbon-14 has 8 neutrons. Therefore, isotopes of the same element differ in the number of neutrons. Stainless steel contains which of the following? A. Aluminum and zinc, B. Chromium and carbon, C. Zinc and mercury, D. Copper and cadmium. The correct answer is B. Chromium and carbon. Stainless steel. Stainless steel is an alloy primarily made from iron, but it also contains other elements such as chromium and carbon to enhance its properties. Chromium is a key component that provides corrosion resistance, making the steel stainless. Typically, stainless steel contains around 10.5% or more chromium. Carbon is also present in stainless steel and affects its hardness and strength. Therefore, stainless steel contains chromium and carbon. During processing and cooking, which part of the food is mostly destroyed? A. Proteins, B. Vitamins, C. Carbohydrates, D. Fats. The correct answer is B. Vitamins. Vitamins, particularly water-soluble ones like vitamin C and B complex vitamins are the most susceptible to destroy while doing processing and cooking. Heat, light, and exposure to air can degrade these vitamins, leading to significant loss of their nutrition value. Fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, K also affected, but to a lesser extent. Proteins, carbohydrates, and fats are generally more stable during cooking, although their structure and digestibility can change. Therefore, the vitamins are mostly destroyed during the processing and cooking. Which one of the following is secreted by pancreas and regulates the amount of sugar in the body? A. Renin, B. Creatine, C. Vitamin, D. Insulin. The correct answer is insulin. D. Insulin is a hormone secreted by the pancreas, specifically by the beta cells of the islets of Langerhans. It plays a crucial role in regulating the amount of sugar in the blood. Insulin helps cells absorb glucose from the bloodstream to be used for energy or stored for future use, thereby lowering blood sugar levels. The proper regulation of insulin is essential for maintaining healthy blood sugar levels, and distribution in insulin production or function can lead to conditions like diabetes. Therefore, insulin is a hormone secreted by the pancreas that regulates the amount of sugar in the body. Which substance is commonly used in the refrigerators? A. Freon, B. Oxygen, C. Ammonia, D. Sulfur dioxide. The correct answer is A. Freon. Freon is a trade name for the group of chlorofluorocarbons and related compounds used as refrigerants in the refrigerators and air conditioning systems. The freon gases like R12, dichloro-difluoromethane were widely used because of their stability and non-flammability. However, due to environmental concerns, especially their role in ozone depletion, the use of freons has been phased out in many countries, and safer alternatives are now used. Ammonia and sulfur dioxide were also used in early refrigeration systems, but are less common today due to their toxicity. Therefore, freon is the substance commonly used in refrigerators. Radar is used for A. Detecting objects by using light waves, B. Reflecting sound waves to detect objects, C. Determining the presence and location of objects with the radio waves, D. Tracking rain-bearing clouds. The correct answer is C. Determining the presence and location of objects with radio waves. Radar, radio detection system and ranging. Radar system is that uses the radio waves to determine the location, speed, direction of objects such as aircraft, shipped vehicles, and other weather formations. Radar system transmits radio waves which bounce off objects and return to the radar receiver. By analyzing these reflected waves, the radar can determine the distance, direction, and the speed of the object. Therefore, radar is used for determining the presence and the location of objects with radio waves. Municipal water in India is generally treated with A. Chlorine, B. Potassium permanganate, C. Sodium chloride, D. Sodium carbonate. The correct answer is A. Chlorine. Municipal water in India is generally treated with chlorine. Chlorination is a widely used method for disinfecting water and killing harmful bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens to make the water safe for drinking. Chlorine is effective in ensuring that water remains clean and safe as it travels through the distribution system to consumers. Therefore, municipal water in India is generally treated with chlorine. What is a continental shelf? A. It is a part of ocean which is really an extension of the landmass but submerged. B. It is that part where the ocean commences. C. It is a landmass which is surrounded by the water on all sides. D. It is the part of continent that is submerged and relatively in shallow sea. The correct answer is it is the part of the continent that is submerged in relatively shallow sea. The continental shelf. A continental shelf is the extended perimeter of each continent. It is submerged under relatively shallow seas and oceans. It typically ends at the steep drop known as the continental slope, where the deep ocean floor begins. Continental shelves are important because they are often rich in They are often rich in marine life, oil, and natural gas reserves, and they are used for various human activities such as fishing and drilling. Therefore, a continental shelf is a part of continent that is submerged in a relatively shallow sea. In which type of rocks fossils are more abundantly found? A. Igneous, B. Metamorphic, C. Sedimentary, D. None of this. The correct answer is C. Sedimentary. The sedimentary rocks fossils are most abundantly found in sedimentary rocks. These rocks are formed from the accumulation and compaction of sediments such as sand, mud, organic material over long periods of time. As plants and animals die, their remains can become buried in their sediments. Over time, the sediments harden into rock and the organic material may become fossilized, preserving the remains of the ancient life. Igneous rocks. Fossils are rarely found in igneous rocks because these rocks form the cooling and solidification of molten magma. This would destroy the organic material. Metamorphic rocks. Fossils are also less commonly found in metamorphic rocks because these rocks have been altered by heat and pressure, which can destroy or distort fossils. Therefore, the fossils are most abundantly found in sedimentary rocks. Doldrums refer to a belt of calm and light variable winds near the equator, be a particular area in which the center of the Pacific Ocean, C. The region of the upper atmospheric extending upper from the tropopause to the about 20 kilometers above the earth. D. None of this. The correct answer is A. The belt of calm and light variable winds near the equator. Doldrums refers to a region near the equator where the trade winds from the northern and southern hemispheres converge. This area is characterized by calm winds, light variable winds, and often unpredictable weather, including sudden storms. The doldrums are found around the equatorial regions of the Earth, typically between 5 degrees north and the south of equator. This region is also known as the intertropical convergence zone. A narrow strip of land bordered on both sides by water connecting to larger bodies of the land is called A. Dune, B. Equinox, C. Isthmus, D. Strait. The correct answer is C. Isthmus. An isthmus is a narrow strip of land that connects two larger land masses and is bordered by water on both sides. It serves as a land bridge between two areas and often strategic significance both geographically and economically. Examples of isthmus include the Isthmus of Panama, which connects North and South America, and the Isthmus of Suez, which connects Africa and Asia. Therefore, the correct term for the narrow strip of the land bordered on both sides by water and connected to water bodies is called the land of isthmus. When it's 8 a.m. on Wednesday of Greenwich, A. It is 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday at London. B. It is 6:15 a.m. on Tuesday at New York. C. It's 3 p.m. on the Wednesday at Hong Kong. D. It is 5 p.m. on Wednesday at Tokyo. Analysis. Option A. 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday at London. London is the same time zone as the Greenwich. So when it's 8 a.m. on Wednesday in Greenwich, it is also 8 a.m. on the Wednesday in London. Incorrect. Option B. 6:15 a.m. on Tuesday at New York. New York is GMT 5 when it's 8 a.m. On Wednesday in Greenwich, it will be 3 a.m. on Wednesday in New York. Incorrect. Option C. 3 p.m. on Wednesday at Hong Kong. Hong Kong is GMT plus 8. When it's 8 a.m. on Wednesday in Greenwich, it will be 4 p.m. on Wednesday in Hong Kong. Incorrect. Option D. 5 p.m. on Wednesday at Tokyo. Tokyo is GMT plus 9. When it's 8 a.m. on Wednesday in Greenwich, it will be 5 p.m. on Wednesday in Tokyo. Correct answer is D. It's 5 p.m. on Wednesday at Tokyo when it's 8 a.m. on Wednesday of Greenwich. Heavy rainfall affects soil by A. Increasing its acidity, increasing its alkalinity, reducing its fertility. D, none of this. The correct answer is C, reducing its fertility. Heavy rainfall and soil fertility. Heavy rainfall can reduce soil fertility through processes like soil erosion and leaching. Soil erosion, the force of a heavy rain can wash away the top layer of soil, which is the most fertile because it contains organic matter and essential nutrients. Leaching, excessive rainfall can lead to leaching, where the nutrients in soil, especially nitrogen, potassium, and magnesium, are washed away from the root zone, making them unavailable to the plants. Therefore, heavy rainfall can negatively affect soil by reducing its fertility. Pampas are the vast grassy plains of A. South America, B. North America, C. Africa, D. Eurasia. The correct answer is A. South America. Pampas. The Pampas are the vast grassy plains located in the South America, primarily in Argentina, Uruguay, and parts of Brazil. These plains are known for their fertile soil and are major agricultural region, particularly for cattle ranching and the production of the wheat and corn. Therefore, the Pampas are the vast grassy plains of the South America. The rise of evening star Venus indicates A. South Pole, B. North Pole, C. East, D. West. The correct answer is D. West. Evening star Venus. Venus is often referred as the evening star when it appears in the western sky shortly after the sunset. The rising of Venus in the evening indicates the direction of the west. Venus is visible in the west because it is the inner planet, closer to the sun than the earth, and it follows the sun across the sky. Therefore, the rising of the evening star Venus indicates the west. Ajanta caves are located in the state of A. Maharashtra, B. Gujarat, C. Tamil Nadu, D. West Bengal. The correct answer is A. Maharashtra. The Ajanta caves are the series of rock-cut Buddhist cave monuments located in the state of the Maharashtra, India. These caves are renowned for their exquisite paintings and sculptures, which are considered masterpieces of Buddhist religious art. The Ajanta caves date back to the around 2nd century BCE to the 6th century CE and are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Therefore, the Ajanta caves are located in the state of Maharashtra. The sculpture with the faces of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, known as Trimurti, appears in A. Ajanta caves, B. Ellora caves, C. Kalva caves, D. Elephanta caves. The correct answer is D. Elephanta caves. The Trimurti sculpture, which depicts the three faces of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, is a famous and iconic piece of art found in the Elephanta caves, located on Elephanta Island near Mumbai, Maharashtra. The sculpture is a significant example of ancient Indian rock cut art and representative of the Hindu Trinity. Byzantine government is composed to the Chola for A. Rural democracy, B. Administrative system, C. Land revenue collection system, D. Display of wealth. We could not find any specific for Byzantine government in Indian history in the available history resources. All the sources only show the above question, and the option is D. Display of wealth. The correct answer is D. Display of wealth. Why could British only succeed in trade and commerce in India? A. Because of government backing. B. Quality of merchandise. C. Naval superiority. D. None of all of the above. The correct answer is C. Naval superiority. The British Navy was most powerful in the world during the 17th and 18th century. Their naval dominance allowed them to secure sea routes to defeat rival European powers. The British Navy was instrumental in defeating rival European powers such as Dutch. The correct answer is naval superiority. The British success in trade and commerce in India was largely due to the naval superiority. The British Navy was the most powerful in the world during the 17th and 18th centuries. That naval dominance allowed them to secure sea routes, defeat rival European powers, the control of key ports. Which is not the Indo-Aryan language? A. Gujarati, B. Tamil, C. Oriya, D. Marathi. The correct answer is B. Tamil. Tamil is not an Indo-Aryan language. It is a Dravidian language. The Indo-Aryan languages such as Gujarati, Oriya, and Marathi are part of a larger Indo-European language family. Tamil, on the other hand, belongs to the Dravidian language family, which is primarily spoken in South India and parts of Sri Lanka. Thanks for watching, guys. That's all for today. UPSC Prelims PYQ of 1980 is completed. Thank you.